Are you? Come on in. Good to see you guys. It's Thursday. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, whatever you got. What are you drinking? If you're on the replay, let me know you're on the replay. I would love to know where you are tuning in from. People from all over the world. It's crazy pants. The internet changed everything. Literally changed everything, didn't it? Okay. Good morning. Is that Shy? Shy, you are a doll. I appreciate you so much. Really, very much so. Thank you. It's Thursday. So we are actually in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. I guess I should put that back up there. In that group, we are on day 4 of our 5-day challenge. We've done this for 2.5 years. So it is literally our 31st challenge. So if you are not in there yet, you can jump in. You have to give your email to get in. But I will tell you that doing these challenges helps you guys have a path to run on, have a path to get transformation and victory with your insulin resistance and actually get results. And so I don't want you to miss out on that. Okay. Okay. We got it. Very good. Good morning, Geraldine. Good to see you. Very, very good to see you. Let me see here. My comments over here. Good morning, Kathy. How are you? Good to see you. So glad people jump in. Okay. I am going to talk today about things that other than food that raise your insulin. Who knew? Seriously, you guys, I didn't even know that insulin resistance was anything. I had no idea. Why would I even know that? That wasn't taught to me when I was gestational diabetic at 22 or hypoglycemic at 26. It was 26-ish. I just didn't know anything. And I spent literally up until I was 50. Sometimes it used to make me feel kind of ashamed that was true. But then I realized that, number one, I can't do that. I had to learn how to do my journey without shame. But then number two, I had to realize that vocabulary just wasn't there in the medical matrix. It just wasn't there. Even just think about since the onset of, the shoddy shot, shoddy shot, just think about that. And until we had that onset of a pharmaceutical answer, this conversation was not gaining a lot of traction. So I'm actually grateful for that. I mean, I know that sounds kind of contrary to what I teach, but it at least brought everything into light, and we are able to actually have these conversations that are way, way more important and helpful for you guys. Okay, so having said that, because I began to view everything through the lens of insulin resistance, I lost 3 sizes in my 50s. I am not on any meds. I'll be 61 next month. I completely avoided type 2 diabetes. My dad died at 63 from type 2. I'm Italian. I have a lot of obesity and type 2 in my family. I rewrote a story that should not have been rewritten from me. Should not have been. I was gestational diabetic. I was prime. And I'm just telling you, this is a reversible conversation according to doctors like Dr. Ken Berry and Dr. Eric Berg, et cetera. These things are reversible, and it is criminal that we are not taught how. So I want to give you keys. I want to get the key to the city. I want to give you keys every day so that you'll be maybe I too can live a completely different life of healing and sleeping and moving through my day. How I am maybe not having to be beholden to, okay, it's 2:00. I have to take this, script. And then I take that one before I go to bed. And, this one I better take, no. Or appointments to keep those scripts, or to find out you have to up them, or all of the pickups at Walgreens. Let's change the story. You can change. I'm just telling you, this is 100% true. So Terry says here, present. I'm checking off your name, Terry. I love that you're here. Thank you so much for being here, Terry. You're amazing. Good morning, Megda. Good morning, honey. Good to see you. My friend from New York. Good afternoon. Buford, where are you from if you're in the afternoon? I suppose you could even just be on the East Coast because I'm Central. So anyway, so I'm from Minnesota, and here we go. We're going to dive in today because I feel like this is oh, golly jeepers. I wish I knew this stuff when I started, I could have gone so much faster. I didn't have to be such a freaking turtle in trying to get everything done. So this is just kind of the way that this goes. So most people think that insulin only rises when we eat sugar or carbs. Canada. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Canada. Very, very good. Thank you for saying that. But you still must be Eastern. Very Marilyn, happy Thursday from New York. Okay, so we really are like that. And I do teach that, right? I do teach no grain, no sugar, no legume while still being a foodie. This is what I teach, right? And especially in the group. And I'm Italian. And so nobody, I feel it's not true, but that would be dramatic. But most are not going to have a harder time than I did because it was very ingrained in my culture, right? So, however, your body, did you know this? Think about this now. Did you know this? Your body releases insulin anytime it thinks extra sugar is in the bloodstream. It's kind of a hard one for me. I'll tell you why in a little bit here, but even if you didn't eat anything. So many non-food triggers can cause that sudden sugar release. This is challenging because we're like, it can make us feel defeated. Like, oh my gosh, you're going to tell me something else that I have to try to pay attention to. And I'm not trying to like get you to think that this is going to be harder. This actually helps you to streamline everything when you finally understand what I'm talking about. So many non-food triggers can cause that sudden sugar release. So let's just go through them and then I'll show you how the brain is the real boss. Your brain is the real boss behind all of this, okay? Here we go. So when you are stressed, and this is such a good time of the year to talk about this, but when you are stressed, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, doesn't matter. Your body assumes you need fast fuel to survive. So always remember and never forget, your body was fearfully and wonderfully made. God made your body to function, and it will fight for function. Okay. So it's going to respond according to what's going on at any given moment. So if you're stressed emotionally, physically, or mentally, your body is going to assume that you need fast fuel to survive. So your liver will dump. That's why we talk about liver. The total body reset that I talk about, the 6 pieces, 3 of them are for your liver. This is how I view, anyway, because I'm the one who sourced them, the way that I view making sure that your liver is at the foundation of what we're talking about. But anyway, that later. Your liver dumps blood sugar into your bloodstream instantly. And what comes next? So this is what happens. Insulin spikes to clean it up. Fat burning shuts off. This is like bad news, right? Fat burning shuts off. Belly fat storage increases. This is why you find yourself in this cycle and you're like, how will I ever button my jeans again? How will I ever stop the onslaught of belly fat? Like, will this ever go down? Will this ever diminish? Do I have to just like always have a pillow in my lap for every photo? That kind of a thought process, right? So it doesn't matter if the stress came from your boss, your spouse, or, girlfriend or boyfriend, your phone. Come on. It's where we get all of our information, people. Your phone, traffic. Do you know how grateful I am that I don't sit in traffic every day? I am so grateful. I just, hated traffic so much when I was in corporate, and I would have to drive, through the snow in Minnesota. We've got a lot of snow on the roads right now, through the snow, and it's just, you just don't know. And then I would drive through St. Paul. I worked down in Highland Park, for anybody who's from Minnesota. If you're from Minnesota, I worked down in Highland Park. And so I would have to drive. I chose to drive like the back streets to try to make my way there faster. But all of the cars are parked on the streets. And then with snow and all this, like you have narrow roads and then the traffic, and people are coming from every direction trying to get to work. And it was so much. So I don't know if that's you and that's raising your insulin. maybe you need a different job. I don't know. I chose to just build a business online. That's what I do. You can contact me. I'll teach you how to do what I do. It doesn't have to look like how I do it, but I can teach other people to do it. So, but anyway, mom guilt, a messy house. I mean, seriously, the mom guilt alone. Are you kidding me? Maybe that's why my 30s were so hard. I don't know. A messy house, your own thoughts. I mean, this is like a lot, right? This makes us feel like, oh my gosh, this is every part of my life. But it's true. That's why when you declutter your house, you declutter a room, you organize something, you take a couple of days. This is what I need to do. Actually, I need to take a couple of days and really do a deep organization. And I just know that it will bring so much peace, right? Because you just go, go, go during the season of Christmas, right? So we always have to find this spot where we can like declutter, but your own thoughts. And guess what? Your body reacts the same way. Your body reacts the same way. Very frustrating, right? Poor sleep. That's another one. Poor sleep. Cortisol rises, your hunger hormones increase, cells become instantly insulin resistant. And your body thinks, uh-oh, we didn't restore. We're not safe. That's what your body thinks. Conserve energy, store fat. And this is just because your body was made to function. Okay, so we need to work with our body and stop telling our body to shut up and sit down as though it needs to get with the times, baby. We're in hustle culture. We are in go, go, go mode. We are in whether it's a parent or a grandparent, and we're going to go to 12 different sporting everything all the time, and we're just going to run, 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 run. Well, our body is not supposed to align with us. We are supposed to partner with our body. Okay, I'm just saying. But maybe you literally wake up with higher insulin before breakfast. Right? There you go. So your brain is not built for the rapid fire dopamine hits of modern life. It is challenging to unplug. I'm not going to lie. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. This is we're going to unplug on Saturday. There are a lot of people actually that have started to like really go back and honor the Sabbath. And I feel like that is a brilliant idea, where they literally unplug. I probably won't 100% unplug because I will want to videotape what we're going to do. But as a family, we all 3 adult children and our grandbabies, we are in Minnesota. We're going to go over to Wisconsin. Can you hear my own accent? I can hear my own accent. Wisconsin. We're going to go to Wisconsin and we're going to, I tried to even change it. I can't change it. And we're going to go on a train ride. It's like a 2-hour train ride. It's called the Santa train or something. And you get personal pan pizzas. And anyway, what a beautiful experience. And to take time to just like detach from the universe and be with family and connect, right? So every notification, every ping, every alert, every scroll, it's creating micro stress, just little micro stresses. A small cortisol release, liver sugar surge, an insulin response, even if you're just sitting on the couch. Who's hearing this? Who's hearing this? Is it just me? Is it just me? Barb from Ontario. Norma from Surprise, Arizona. Hi, Norma. Nice to meet you. Happy Thursday, Anna. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, Susan. Good to see you. I love your accent. I'm from Michigan and it sounds like home. Thanks for saying that. Yes, it's really funny because I grew up here. I'm born and raised in Minnesota, but we lived out in the Black Hills of South Dakota for 8 years. And so that's like truckers, lots of truckers go through that little area north of Rapid City, north of Spearfish. And as they're just crossing the states, whatever. And so as a waitress in my 20s, here I am. I'm only one state over. And people would be like, are you from Minnesota? And I'm like, oh man, stop. But they could hear it. Okay, good. Maggie says she's hearing me loud and clear about the whole scrolling thing. Where's the train ride? You're from Wisconsin. I think it's north of Spooner. I think it's north of Spooner. I'd have to look it up for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So I don't know. Maybe that's somewhere where you are. Sounds like fun. Unplug and relax the body. You have to. You have to. And I'm going to work really hard at it. I promise. I'm going to work really hard. Maybe I'll vlog my relaxation. I can show you guys how I'm relaxing. Anyway, really is that even if we are relaxing, and that is true. It's seriously true. So this is the problem is that we couple all of this, like we've got the whole scrolling thing going on. We've got all of the different micro stresses. Maybe we're in traffic or the mom guilt and all the things that we just talked about. But then on top of it all, and this is where I talk to you guys probably the most, it's about the negative self-talk. You have to change the way you're talking to yourself. That's why I come to these kind of conversations with, I don't want people to walk away and feel badly that they are doing these things. That's why I'm like, I'm in this with you. Okay. But we don't shame our way out of it, right? We don't like, oh yeah, you are just, whatever. Like you have no self-control. Don't do that. So your body responds to your thoughts. Thoughts are things. I don't know if people really understand that. The same way it responds to danger. Okay. So when you think things like, I'm failing, I look horrible. In fact, I don't even want to say that these things on me. I'm failing. I look horrible. Nothing's working. I shouldn't have eaten that. Everyone needs something from me. Your brain activates your stress response as if you are under attack. And just like physical stress, your liver dumps sugar into your blood, your insulin spikes, your fat storage is turned on. That switch is like turned on. Store. And this is where the belly fat comes from, the frustration comes from, etc. Your mind becomes an invisible insulin trigger. Super duper frustrating, right? Super frustrating. So the last one here is emotional stress. And this is kind of tied into the whole negative thought process. Women especially experience chronic invisible stress. So answer if you think this is you, right? You don't have to put it in the comments, but you can. But just at least answer it in your own mind. Always having to be the strong one. Managing everyone else's needs. Feeling behind. Feeling unseen. Perfection pressure. This is huge. This emotional load creates chronic cortisol. And that cortisol keeps insulin chronically high, right? And if you do not get your insulin down, you cannot burn fat. If you do not get your liver working, you cannot burn fat, right? So it's not that women over 40 suddenly get lazy. That I think we feel like maybe we all of a sudden are like, we're just going to sit down on the job and so to speak, the job of our life. And we just think maybe we're lazy. We're just not doing enough. You have no idea how many women I talk to about this. We're not doing enough. I struggle with this too, because when you realize that it's that God is to be given credit for success in your life, but you take it back and you feel like you have to perform or whatever. You're constantly working on making sure that you do not feel like you have to do it all. This is not on my shoulders. This is not on your shoulders. Whether it's taking care of my mom with dementia, which we did for 5 years, like I regularly said, listen, God, this is your deal, because I can't do all of the things that are like, there's no way that I can prevent, whatever needs to be prevented to keep her safe, or let's just say something like that. And so you're always feeling like, you have to be the one to figure it out, etc. But it's that your nervous system never seems to shut off. So it's not that you're lazy, but your nervous system isn't shutting off. And so obviously when I talk about supplementation, I talk to you about magnesium and ashwagandha. Those have changed my life. That's just for me, right? But learning other pieces of your puzzle are so important. And I'm working on it all the time. And I'm incorporating things for myself, like going for a walk and doing those things. And right now we're doing a lot more walking inside because of the snow. Like it could be 8 o'clock at night and I'll say to my husband, let's go for a walk. Let's go. Because we just need to, right? Because we got stuff going on, good stuff, but it's still busy, right? So this emotional load creates chronic cortisol. And you just have to set that aside. Somehow you have to. But your brain decides if insulin stays high or low. So your brain has one job, and that is to keep you alive. So your brain constantly asks, are we safe? Are we safe? This is what your brain is doing. Are we safe or are we under threat? Safe, threat, safe, threat. If it senses any form of danger, even just emotional overwhelm, it signals your adrenals to release cortisol. So if you don't know, your adrenals sit on top of your kidneys and they regulate your hormones. Okay. Cortisol tells your liver, dump sugar so she has enough energy to survive. Dump the sugar. And insulin rises to deal with that sugar, which means you can be in bed, not eating, and still spike your insulin. You can be eating perfectly, but your brain is keeping you in fat storage mode. You can't out diet a brain that thinks that you are unsafe. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because we have been so indoctrinated, the propaganda and the indoctrination to our brain that it's only ever about calories, eating in a calorie deficit, eat less, move more. Telling you, it's just like we should probably do. Listen, okay, I have a question for you. Anybody who's on for today, even if you're on the replay, if we were to do some sort of a set apart session, let's say on a Zoom, what topic would you like to have talked about? I'm super curious. Like, what is it? Would you want to hone in on like sleep? Because people always want to know about the food, and I get that, but I don't think food is the food is a dime a dozen. It's everywhere, right? And I can teach that, and I do teach that in the group, etc. But I don't think food is the full-on conversation. I feel like there are so many more factors for us as women, and if we get into a private Zoom room with each other, I'm able to talk differently, and because you're whatever. It's different than when you're live. And I would love to know from you guys, whether you tell me today or you message me later or whatever, what is it that you want to talk about more? Like, is this kind of a thought process of interest to you guys? I would love to know. But anyway, okay. So if your brain is in survival mode, your body holds fat, craves sugar, slows metabolism, blocks thyroid hormone conversion, disrupts estrogen, progesterone balance, wakes you up at 2 a.m., feels inflamed and exhausted, not because you are failing, but because your brain doesn't feel safe, so it keeps insulin high. So lowering insulin isn't just about food, it's about safety. When your brain feels overwhelmed, unsafe, or overstimulated, it's body to store energy instead of burning it. And that's why women doing everything right still stay stuck. Fix the signals, calm the brain, support your gut and your liver, and your insulin finally comes down. This stuff just absolutely fires me up. Fires me up. Diane says sleep. Lee from Memphis, living in Louisiana. I know you said that a little bit ago, but gosh, that's so funny because yes. That's so funny. Yeah. I can imagine that would be true for you. Like everybody's like, hello, where are you from? That's hilarious. So yeah, sleep is a big conversation, right? But this is why I just, I know that I know that I know that I know. that this is why when you finally start to how do you measure insulin? Just a blood test? It's a hormone blood test. But getting a fasting insulin test is not very easy. They don't pull them very often, and they should, because you can be insulin resistant for years and decades before it ever shows up in your blood sugar. Why aren't they doing this? It's just a constant, how to stop Down phenomenon. Oh, interesting, Kathy. Interesting. Well, this is a piece of it, right? This is probably a piece of it because again, you can be sleeping, you can be laying in bed and just be having your insulin raised, but there are many factors to that. But this is why I am so convinced. Well, you don't even have to convince me. Your results show me exactly what I felt to be true from what I studied. And then I've sourced products to help the body to deal with the liver, the gut, and insulin. And those three pieces are exactly why so many women are getting so many results. I do teach the food component. It's very important. I teach grain-free, sugar-free, and legume-free so that you can stop spiking your sugars and calling on insulin to go get that sugar and to bring it into your cell for energy, because your cell is already resistant. The door is closed. The lock got changed. Okay. That's why we store fat, because insulin is a fat storing hormone. So it's just going to keep doing that. And I get that. But if you can actually shift the way that your gut and your liver are functioning, man, I am telling you, how would it feel to be able to actually wake up and your body is in flow state and not in sluggish, bogged down state where you are bloated, your impacted waste is sitting there, your toxins are rising, your brain fog is out of control. It's just another day of feeling pregnant, bloated, you can't button your jeans, and you're just like, what is happening to me? And I love the testimony. I wonder if I have it by me. I do. I love the testimony of Kim. I talked to her last week on the phone, and she said, I've done Weight Watchers for a very long time. And she said, I lost 30 pounds. And I'm like, that is amazing. Way to go. I love that. She said, however, she at 70 years old had been constipated her entire life from a little girl. Then to make it worse, her gallbladder was taken out in her 20s. And her entire life, she's had digestive pain. She's had bloating. She's had problems with her weight, all of these things. And so on that program, she was eating tons of grains and legumes. That was her mainstay. But then she came across my content, and I'm talking about grains and legumes and going, no, and all of this stuff. And she said, all of a sudden, what you were saying made sense to me. So she grabbed the Total Body Reset, and she said, I have not had one pain since I started. She had only been this is last week. She's only done it for 1 month. She's already ordered the second month, but she's not had one cramp since she started. And for her, that was life altering because that was her daily experience, right? But she said, I'm going to read these. I've lost 1 inch off of my boobs and my waist. I'm not craving sugars anymore. My anxiety is gone. My ears don't itch. She said, I could go on and on. Her biggest wake-up call was when her gastroenterologist said, oh yeah, I'm constipated too. She's like, why am I coming to you? What is going on? So she's been taking over-the-counter helpers forever. And she's already cut them in half. And she's just struggled and struggled and struggled to the point where she's ended up in the ER because of severe constipation, and nothing was helping. That's how bad it got. And so I just want you to know, like, when I talk about this is not anything that's like fancy. There's no bow on top. There's no like special posters of marketing. These are just things that I have sourced because I did it myself. And then I brought it to people who were local. And then now I talk to you guys about it. So I will just show you the Total Body Reset. And then don't forget, if you are in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, I should put that up here. If you're in the group at 1 p.m., we are going to do a deep dive into supplementation today. And so you don't want to miss that. Again, in the group, I can go a little deeper because I'm in a private group. And then if I'm on a Zoom, I can even be even more so. So yes. Yes, she does. So what does she eat? Yes, protein, lots of, yeah. When I teach grain-free, sugar-free, legume-free, I'm teaching basically, yes, you focus on protein for sure. And you want protein that's going to stabilize your blood sugar. So meat, eggs, etc., non-starchy vegetables for vegetables, berries for fruit, things like that, right? So there you go. Lee says, my doctor says if you don't show markers of being diabetic, insurance won't pay. So we have to pay. Same places, it's pricey. Some places it's pricey. See, this is all insurance. You guys have to understand who their protocol is insurance based. Their protocol has a river that is very specific. So it's not because they're being mean and withholding anything. They're just opening up the book and going, okay, this is what we do next. And okay, this is what we do next. And that's why. Lee says that would be for a fasting insulin test. Yep. So I see what you're saying. Yep. Not diabetic, they won't pull it. I mean, this is criminal. There are places, I should probably do the research and do a live on this. There are places you can just get your own tests. You just go and order your own tests and get them done. You have to bypass the matrix, you guys. You just have to. You don't have a choice, not until they. Hi, Shannon. Nice to meet you. I love your last name, Cardenas. So we have people on our business team that are Cardenas. I don't know if you're connected or not, but anyway, they're in Chicago. Shannon, 69, and I am a Hashimoto's patient, and I've been taking meds for it. Yep, armor and teeth. Yep. And you know what? I'll tell you, this is why I talk about the liver so much, because your liver actually converts your thyroid hormones. Your liver actually balances, actually helps you with your blood glucose. Your liver actually helps you to metabolize fat so that you can burn fat. Your liver does it all. It is the workhorse organ, man. It's like, and we just run it like a rental car right into the ground. And we never change the oil, and we don't do all of these things. And then we have our gallbladders removed, and our liver is the backup. So this is why. So half of the total body reset is liver. So I started with these three. This is the trio, 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. This is where I started. Like I was a 2X in size. So 3 sizes. I always have a picture up on TikTok. 3 sizes ago. And I started during Christmas. This is when I started. I'm convinced that's why I have customers that like over Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, they'll lose 25 pounds because they're willing to start during Christmas too, just like I did. So this is bringing down your insulin so you can burn fat, helps with your sugars. So anybody who's like, you're working on your A1C, these 3, okay? But anyway, and then I'll add 3 more for the weight loss part. This helps too though. Bring down your insulin, burn fat, liver, burn fat, metabolism, speed up what's going on. Those 3, right? That's half. One of those was for the liver. Did you notice that? Then we have the gut primer. I do this every day in a little bit of water. I use my frother. Kind of tastes like green tea. It's very like gingery, turmeric-y, but all of the greens are already fermented. You want that for bile. You want that for digestive health. Then they put in digestive enzymes and pre-postbiotics and alkaline spices. And there is some fiber in there, but it's not cheap fiber. It's fiber from like the extracts of fruits and vegetables. Like it has 6 blends. It's huge, but it's literally a primer for your gut. So it's not just a greens product. So don't think of it that way. This is a gastrointestinal primer. It's very comprehensive. So this is where I have people who have short gut syndrome and, chronic constipation, etc. All of those things, indigestion, getting off of omeprazole. I shouldn't say that word. That's why I have to get on a Zoom with you guys, because otherwise I have to speak in code. People getting off of things like that. I've had somebody get off of IBS script. the O that I just said for indigestion, things like that, right? That's what this is. That's the fourth one. Then it's probiotic. Okay, probiotic. This is where 5 live strains. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but kefir and yogurt, it's not enough. That's not what we're talking about. These are strains that your body so desperately needs to be able to function at a higher level. You just take and put it right on your tongue like this. Okay, not with anything hot. And then the last one is the orange pixie stick. So insulin resistance is laying down visceral fat way down. So when you've got that low pooch going on, that's visceral up in your trunk here, the trunk of your body where you've got your liver, all of your organs, your intestines, and high insulin all the time, high insulin way up here, right? It's laying down fat. That's what it's doing. So this is the fat burner. Tastes like orange candy. It's really good. So these 6 are the total body reset right here. I dropped it. Here we go. These 6 right here. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do because I have to wrap up now and I have to go and get ready for the group at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Shannon, I will jump off and talk to you, Shannon. Your daughter is an RN in a hospital. I have so many nurses, 15 years nursing, but she can't stand insurance. I know. Yes, it converts T4 to T3. That's right. Okay. Shannon, I will get off and completely read that so that I can give proper perspective of what you're saying. And then I will help you with that for the total body reset. Anybody else who needs the total body reset or you have questions, like ask me, because if I can't help you navigate, then a confused mind does nothing. And if you're looking to have a different result with the way your body is functioning, feeling, you want energy, you want sleep, you want less bloating, you want different opportunities to burn fat. This is just root cause wellness, root cause supplementation. That's all this is. It's like support the systems that actually give you the results. There's no hack. There's no Band-Aid. There's no pretty bow. There's no pretty poster, nothing. It's just me sourcing products. This one, the fat burner, is sourced right out of the sports nutrition line. It's a clinical dose of an extract. So anyway, all right, I have to run, but I'll be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central and then at 1 p.m. in the group. Okay. So woohoo, Sue says. See you later. Sleep, Susan says, sleep. I hear you. Okay. Love you guys. See you tomorrow or today at 1 in the group.